Over 500,000 young people from every corner of the world are gathering in one city, not for a concert, not for a sports event, not for a political summit, but for something far deeper, something the modern world desperately needs: hope. And they are gathering in Rome, the eternal city, for a moment that could reshape their lives forever. Stay with us, because this is not just a news report. This is a journey of faith, unity, and transformation. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why Pope Leo XIV's Jubilee of Youth is shaking the soul of the world. From July 28th to August 3rd, the heart of Rome will beat to a new rhythm. A rhythm not driven by noise or power, but by footsteps of young people seeking something beyond themselves. This is the Jubilee of Youth, a spiritual event like no other, led by Pope Leo XIV as part of the Catholic Church's Jubilee Year of Hope. It's not a festival. It's not a political campaign. It's a pilgrimage of meaning, a celebration of belief, and a declaration that the youth of today still believe in the possibility of a better, more peaceful world. This event is drawing young people from 146 countries. Many come from cities of wealth and comfort, but many others come from places ravaged by war, conflict, and suffering: South Sudan, Iraq, Lebanon. These are not tourists. These are young pilgrims, carrying wounds, carrying dreams. And in Rome, they are not met with suspicion or fear. They are met with open arms, with food, shelter, care, and above all, with welcome. This is more than hospitality. This is what the Church means when it talks about mercy. Archbishop Rino Fisichella, one of the key organizers, said something beautiful. He called this gathering a moment of peace. Not just symbolic peace, real peace. Young people embracing one another, coming together not to protest, but to build. Not to divide, but to unite. That's the vision behind every part of the Jubilee of Youth. The scale of this event is enormous. Rome has opened its doors in a way rarely seen before. 370 churches are involved. 100 school buildings are being used as shelters. Thousands of Roman families are opening their homes to host pilgrims. 20 food stations across the city are being operated by over 3,500 vendors, offering meals tailored to all dietary needs, even those with serious restrictions like celiac disease. No one is forgotten. No one is left behind. Every detail matters, because every soul matters. But the Jubilee of Youth is not just about meals and lodging. It is a spiritual journey, a living catechism, a public act of faith. And it begins with an extraordinary experience called Dialogue with the City. For 3 days, from Tuesday to Thursday, Rome's piazzas will become classrooms. Not classrooms with chalkboards or PowerPoint slides, but living classrooms alive with art, drama, testimony,
During his first
music,
general
and
audience,
witness.
May 21st,
Over 70 events will take place in open-air venues. Imagine a theater group performing the story of Saint Therese of Lisieux through the narrow alleys of Trastevere. Picture young people gathering around booths that share stories of missionary
Lord, you
work
have made
and mercy
us
in the
for
poorest
yourself.
corners of the world.
Core,
See
that the
volunteers
family is
from Mary's
founded on the
Meals
stable
explaining how
union
one
between
daily
a
meal
man
can
and
change
a
the
woman.
entire
Leo
path
is
of a
merely
child's
a
life.
return to normal
This is not
programming
a
for the
church hidden
Catholic
behind
Church.
walls.
This
This is a church alive in the streets, a joyful church, a bold church, a church that isn't afraid
sent
to
a
meet
video
the world
message
where it
regarding
is.
the very
Then
important
comes
International
Friday, a
University
day unlike
gathering
any other.
taking place in
August 1st is dedicated to the sacrament of confession and reconciliation. It will take place in the historic Circus Maximus, once a site of blood sport and Roman spectacle, now transformed into a sanctuary of healing. Hundreds of white tents
Pope
will
Leo
rise
to the
under the open
Dominicans is a
sky.
call to action.
More than 200
Specifically,
priests will
Pope
be
Leo
available
XIV.
throughout the day, offering confession to thousands of young people, many of whom have not been to confession in years, maybe never before. Here, beneath the Roman sky, sin will be met with mercy. Burdens will be lifted, souls will find peace. This is not just ritual. This is redemption in action. And then, on Saturday night, comes the moment the world is waiting for, the vigil at Tor Vergata, a night of song, silence, storytelling, and prayer. The same hillside that once held over 2 million people during World Youth Day 2000 with St. John Paul II will now echo again, this time with Pope Leo XIV at the center, but he will not deliver a long speech. He will do something far more powerful. He will listen. 3 young people, one from Mexico, one from the United States, one from Italy, will ask the Pope personal, unfiltered questions. These questions may be difficult, they may be raw, but Pope Leo XIV will not respond as a politician, nor as a distant theologian. He will respond as a shepherd, a father, a man who believes deeply that the Church must walk with the youth, not just teach at them. In that moment, he is not just speaking to those gathered on the hill. He is speaking to the world, to you, to every parent, every teacher, every believer who wonders whether the young still care. They do, and this vigil will prove it. The following day, Sunday, August 3rd, will be the grand crescendo. Pope Leo XIV will preside over a massive outdoor Mass. It will be broadcast to the whole world. But more importantly, it will be lived by those young people who made this journey, who prayed, who confessed, who listened, and who were transformed. This Mass is not just the end of an event. It is the beginning of something new. Because make no mistake, this Jubilee is not just for them, it's for all of us. Whether you are watching from a city in Canada, a village in Africa, a small town in Europe, or a rural parish in Asia, you are part of this. Your prayers helped build this moment. Your faith helped carry the Church to this place. What you are seeing is not the end of a fading tradition. It's the rebirth of something ancient and ever new. This is the Catholic Church showing the world that it is not afraid of questions, not afraid of change, not afraid of young people. In fact, this Church believes that its future must be built with young people, not merely for them. The message of this Jubilee is simple but powerful. You matter, your voice matters, your soul matters. So what happens when hundreds of thousands of young people gather in one place, not seeking fame or fortune, but seeking purpose, something extraordinary? They find Christ, they find each other, and maybe, just maybe, the world begins to believe again. We'll continue this journey in our next video, where we'll explore another bold step Pope Leo XIV has taken, inviting TikTok influencers to the Vatican. Why did he do that? What does it mean for the future of evangelization? And how is the Church adapting to meet the digital age head-on? You won't want to miss it. But until then, let the echoes of the Jubilee remind us all, hope is not dead. It is alive, it is walking. And its feet are young. Imagine this, a group of TikTok influencers, some with millions of followers, stepping through the grand bronze doors of the Vatican. No red carpet, no flashy lights, just a quiet, sacred space and a Pope who wants to talk, not at them, with them. This isn't fiction. It's Pope Leo XIV's boldest move yet, inviting digital creators from across the globe into the heart of the Catholic Church. Why? Because he knows the next frontier of faith isn't just in cathedrals or classrooms. It's in the scroll. Welcome back. In this episode, we explore the surprising and strategic invitation that's turning heads around the world and challenging how we think about evangelization in the 21st century. Pope Leo XIV isn't trying to be trendy. He's trying to be present. And to do that, he's meeting young people where they live, online. The meeting took place just days before the Jubilee of Youth. Nearly 50 influencers from platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, many of them Catholic. Others not gathered for a private audience with the Pope. Some were skeptical, some were excited, all were curious. Why had the head of the Catholic Church called them here? His message was clear. You have the power to shape hearts in seconds. Use that power for good. Use it for truth. Use it for peace. He wasn't there to lecture. He was there to listen, to learn, and in doing so, he flipped the script. The influencers, used to being the ones who speak, became the ones being heard. One influencer from Brazil said afterward, "I never thought the Vatican cared about what we do. But the Pope looked me in the eye and told me my voice matters." Why? Is this so revolutionary? Because for centuries, the Church has taught from pulpits and printed pages. Now it's learning to teach through likes and loops. And Pope Leo XIV understands that better than anyone. He sees the algorithm not as a threat but as a tool. A tool for grace. This isn't just a media strategy, it's a missionary strategy. By welcoming influencers, the Pope is saying, "You